All right, ladies. So today we're going to be talking about a few different subjects. Okay, I have a lot of subjects in my mind, and today we're going to be talking about how to impress his parents. All right, and this is something that I got asked. And I was like, you know what? I like that topic, right? So this is going to be the subject for today, and we are going to be giving you guys some strategies on how to make it happen, because these strategies are based on the things that I used when it came to interacting with women. And mind you, this is something that if it works for women that you don't know, that you're just meeting off like in the moment, it works on anyone, like literally anyone, right? And so these concepts are concepts that I teach men primarily, not women, because this is more based on the subtle things in social communication. All right, so let's get started. Remember, the first key to impressing someone is not trying to impress them. All right, let go of that mentality. When you're thinking about meeting their parents, what are you thinking? Giving a good impression. Take that out, because the reason why they have control, the reason why they feel like they have some control is because they feel that you both are unconsciously agreeing that you are the one that's supposed to impress them. So they'll sit back, be relaxed, and you'll be the one who's nervous. And as a result, sometimes when you're nervous, you don't act like yourself. Similar to when you're in an interview, when you need the job, as opposed to when you're in an interview because you're just curious. You're going to be giving off two completely different vibes. So the whole key to this is to make them react and not making yourself react. So rather than focusing on making them react to you reacting to them, make them react to you. You see, and not the other way around. Why is that? That's because when you focus on making them react to you, it means that they're the ones who are trying to impress you. You see, they're the ones who are trying to win your validation. And you can easily flip that switch by applying some of these tactics, okay? The first key is being relaxed, all right? Being confident. The number one sign of confidence is not the bravados, is not how cool you sound, is in having a cool and relaxed demeanor. When you're not confident, what are you? You're tense. You stutter. You're in your head. When you're confident, no matter the circumstance, you're relaxed. You're relaxed in the midst of chaos. By simply being relaxed, you're taking care of most of the issues. So how do you become relaxed? Studies show that by focusing on your breath, it relaxes your body. Like literally focusing on the breath relaxes your body. It sends relaxing signals across your body. Google that shit. It's there, all right? It's proven to relax your body, all right? And by focusing on the breath, not only do you relax your body, but by exclusively and making the breath the exclusive focus of your attention, it allows you to talk to them with full awareness. It allows you to talk to them without the conditioned mind that you have as a result of the environment that you were raised in. So by simply focusing on the breath, you'll be more relaxed and you'll be your true self, the unconditioned self. And that gives off a confident vibe. And by simply being relaxed, they're going to also be relaxed. They're going to sense a lack of tension. And what's funny is that most people are not relaxed. And by simply being relaxed, you'll stand out in a lot of people's mind. All right. Number 2, feel good and be self-amused. Have fun and you'll be yourself. The only way that you could be yourself is to have fun. Think about that. When you're not having fun, you're usually more constricted. You're more inhibited. But when you're having fun, that means you're letting go. You're kind of like the inner. You allow the inner child to come out. Like having fun is expressing yourself. You see what I'm saying? So by focusing on having fun, which is to say, focusing on having fun rather than focusing on impressing them, that's gonna totally change the way you come across. Now, yeah, you may fuck up, right? You may say the wrong thing from time to time, but the overall impression is gonna be of a genuine and human impression. All right. Focus on making yourself laugh. Focus on giving yourself a good impression. You won't be feeding off their energy, but you'll be the source of emotions, because in reality, when you're feeding off of other people's energy, that means you need something off of them. You need something. You come in with an empty cup that you're saying, I don't have it, and so you have something that I want. You see, so we as humans, we're usually attracted to sources of happiness. The reason why you love celebrities is because celebrities make you happy. So when you see them, you gravitate towards them. So it's similar. When you become your own source of positive emotions, which is to say, you derive your sense of self, your sense of happiness. You say to yourself, rather than trying to impress them, how can I have fun? How can I make myself happy? Rather than how can I make them happy? When you focus on that, people are going to gravitate to you because you're going to be a source of happiness. They're going to feel a youthfulness to you. They're going to feel a playfulness that's very attractive, and it regresses people, makes them want to be around you. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is something that's more metaphysical per se and less quantitative. When I'm saying it is that it's not quantitative, but in terms of being able to be experimented, there's something that's more that you experience rather than anything else. All right, so take it with a grain of salt, but this is something that I've done and that's worked, and this is how you do it. This is something that you don't, this is not a tactic, right? This is not something that you strategize. This is something that you just this is what I mean. In order to cultivate the being self-amused and being your own source of positive emotions, you could do two things. Meditation relaxes you. Meditation makes you happier. Meditation brings more happiness. It brings you into the present moment. People who meditate have been shown to be more relaxed, to be more likable, particularly in men. Women find men who have mindfulness traits as more attractive. It's not a full study, but it's some form of study per se, all right? Because the amount of participants weren't enough for it to be scientifically significant, right? So this is done through meditation. When you meditate, you develop more empathy, right? You get more gray matter, all right? Don't take what I'm saying like 100%. I'm just going off of memory, okay? And also through visualization, what I like to do is this. I literally like to see them as a child, like rather than seeing them as adults, because the frame that you have of them is of the adults, the parents, the people I'm trying to impress. That frame gives it more value. It makes you see them as different. For example, it's one thing seeing them as the parents, but let's say you see them in the streets and they're asking for money. They're the same people, but in your mind, you're framing them differently. So right now, that's what you do. You're just framing them differently. So make it a conscious effort to see a child in them. See their inner child. And that's all you gotta do. And I can promise you that's gonna relax you. And if you relax, you're gonna be yourself. And if you be yourself, you're gonna have a good impression. All right. The third part is have inner values. Your inner values. Use the suppression. Have inner values. Use the suppression technique to self-communicate goodness. For example, I always tell this to guys. Sometimes when you're talking to a girl and you feel happy, a lot of the times guys will try to express their happiness. They'll try to express their feelings, you know, like when you see someone, you say, "Oh my God, it's you." You know, when you see your girlfriend, "Oh my God, Melissa, it's you. I cannot believe you, bitch. Come over here, bitch. I love you, bitch." Like, you know, they say that, right? So what I'm talking about here is rather than expressing that happiness, "Oh my God," you feel it, but you hold it in. Right? You don't try to. It's kind of like trying to contain your smile, trying to contain a surprise. Like you just like that. Right? And people are going to feel your emotion, but because it's suppressed, what tends to happen is whatever you suppress is usually communicated to your sub-communication. For example, if you're depressed, no matter how much you try to show that you're not depressed, people are going to feel your depression. You see, whatever you suppress is going to come out. That's why people are needy, because they suppress their neediness. So as a result, rather than expressing it verbally directly, you're going to sub-communicate. And the problem is that when you sub-communicate something, it's going to go deeper into the core. People can sense it, and it's going to impact them more. So what you're doing here is you have good things to say, right? You know, when you're talking to someone and you have something that's fun to say, something that's of value to say, this also applies to that. So for example, you feel happy, rather than expressing your happiness, you hold it in. You feel excited to meet them, rather than expressing, "Hey, I'm so excited to meet you," you hold it in. "Hey, I'm excited to meet you. How are you?" Alex's parents. I'm kidding. like you know, because sometimes when you're just over happy, "Hey, how are you?" Like, it's fun, it's nice, but it doesn't look good. So what you should do is feel the emotion, hold it in. "Hey, how are you?" Like, people are gonna feel the excitement, the contained excitement. This also applies to saying things about yourself. For example, rather than trying to impress them, hold back. You know, like rather than putting everything about yourself, hold back. Like, hold half of the things that's cool about you. And I want you to notice the gap that you feel between not saying what you want to say and wanting to impress them, and be okay with it. So what's going to happen is, not only are you holding in on the positive emotions, they're going to feel it, you're also holding in on the things that you're saying. So you're going to come across as though you're not trying to impress them. You're going to come across as more high value, more mysterious, and they're going to want to get to know you. All right. Just make sure that doesn't try to do anything slick. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's done, man. Like, It's being relaxed, feeling good, and being self-amused rather than trying to impress them, impress yourself. Rather than giving them a good time, focus on having fun on your own and learn how to hone in on positive emotions, which is called contained positivity. Learn how to use contained positivity when you feel good emotion. Meditate in order to become more self-amused and visualize them as a child so that you don't take them as seriously and that you're more relaxed when you interact with them. Anyways, this is Alex from mindfulattraction.org. Bye-bye.